Welcome back to Broomstones Curling Club to the U.S. Junior National Championships. Got another great slate of games for you. I'm Ben Clark, back again with my new partner, Alex Leichter. Games we got going this draw, we have the high performance team, Team Solon, against Sweet from Washington. Sheet 2 on our featured game, we have Christensen from Minnesota playing Team Brekke of North Dakota. Sheet 3, Team Wright versus Hodik. And Sheet 4, Dunham playing Stupi.
Thanks for the great introduction, Ben. So we are, as Ben mentioned, we are on Sheet 2. Christensen, Minnesota versus Brekke, North Dakota 2. Christensen so far is 1-0. They had a strong win against Shelby Sweet in their first game. And Brekke is 0-1. They played Jenna Haig from Wisconsin in their first game.
As you can see here, Christensen is throwing the red rocks. Brekke is yellow. And you can see Brekke taken out. Looks like they're rolling just out.
Good sweep there by Corey Christensen. So we are now on second stones in this first end.
Sorry, we came on the air a little late this time.
Anna Bowman here just trying to draw one in. The first end is Christensen seems to be keeping it pretty clean.
Yes, like I said last draw, it's hard to win a game like this at this level in the early draws or the early ends, but you can definitely lose it here. So for the first end or two, you'll often see them play pretty clean, just kind of feel out their opponent.
And get a chance to feel out the ice.
That too.
So far we've been
you certainly don't want to lose it early because you don't know what something's going to do.
So far we've been seeing a lot of curl and pretty good speed. The ice team has done a great job. And a hit and roll out for Brekke. So Christensen will put it right back. Just trying to put it right back in the forefoot. Looks like this might be a little bit heavy again, but Brekke hit the last stone, so there's no reason to believe she won't hit this one again.
Yeah, that's pretty deep.
But again, Brekke is going for the hit, so it doesn't really hurt. Caitlin Day coming out with the hit.
And for those of you who don't know him, we're really lucky to have Alex Hagen here. He's got quite an impressive junior resume and been to nationals so many times that it makes me sick.
Thanks, Ben. So another hit and roll out for North Dakota 2, and once again, Christensen will just put another one in the forefoot.
Bringing the funk. I had to do it for Mike. He was really excited about that name.
Good. Great shot by Becca Funk, right on the top four. Good sweeping at the end. And Brekke will once again throw the takeout.
I'm a little tight on that one. They're gonna hold it though.
They'll hold it. It might roll.
Yeah, I think they're
might
gonna
roll
roll
out
out
on the
again.
other side.
All right.
And another
Now,
roll.
do you think they're rolling these out on purpose, or
No,
they want to just roll to the outside, but
yeah.
they're just not getting them?
Especially,
it's been pretty consistent. They've done it 4 times now.
Especially in the early ends, they're giving Christensen an advantage here, and they'll have better draw weight right away. So I think
Yeah.
if Brekke had a choice, they would definitely be sticking these around. Christensen is changing it up and will now draw to the side 12 foot. There is backing there, so
Yeah.
so it
Not
brings
great
the jam
backing,
into play.
but I don't know if you. I mean, is that even going to be on the rings if they jam there?
It might be, but at least it gives them something to think about. Another good shot by Becca Funk, just in front of the tee line.
And they're going to take it out again.
Looks like it's hanging out a bit.
Yeah,
but should get a piece and roll out.
Yeah. And another one, yeah.
Another roll out, and Christensen will have
Get
another
to keep practicing
open draw.
those draws, yeah. Yeah, you're talking about the getting your draw weight down. This, from what I've seen so far, it's been some consistent, pretty fast ice. Certainly faster than we're used to here around Broomstones.
Yeah, the ice crew's done a great job.
Oh yeah.
This is an unfortunate miss for Corey Christensen.
Yeah.
Especially without hammer to leave the corner guard. That's a shot there where it's okay to be through the house, but leaving the guard gives Brekke a chance to set up a deuce.
Yeah.
In the as many of you know, or some of you may not, hammer is decided by a draw during the practice. Christensen drew to the back 8, while Brekke drew to the back 4 to win hammer. So they have hammer in this first end.
Which is, of course, the last stone in the end.
Yes.
For if anyone here is less familiar with curling. We hope you are. We hope we have some people tuning in who have no idea what's going on. And if you do, please ask us questions. Use that chat. We have people, we'll try to answer any questions you might have.
Brekke trying to draw behind, and it looks like
they're staying open, but
hanging out may even be
they got to get that on the rings. That's another guard.
Yeah, another guard and a chance for Corey Christensen to turn it around and set up a steal.
They're just doing each other favors.
Yeah. if she gets this top 4, it's going to leave Brekke with a very tough shot.
Yeah.
To take one.
This is last yellow, is it? Or?
Yes, this is Corey's last shot.
All right. Yeah, they can definitely make it hard for Brekke here then. Especially if we want to see the last shot. See what happens.
Corey's shot crosses the hog line. It looks like the weight's pretty good, but it's hanging
one's
out
hanging
pretty
as well.
far. Maybe a bit deep, but it is completely open, and will leave Brekke with the open hit and likely roll out for the blank.
Yeah, especially. I mean, they've rolled 4 takeouts out this game, so this ends, so they should be able to try to get this one out too.
Yep, they've had this line several times, and
although as I was saying, we in our first game this morning, we had a couple open takeouts for blanks that turned into ones because it's a lot harder than when the pressure's on like that. Usually.
Especially with this much swing. With a lot of curl, it gets those
and I mean that's the thing is you always
hit and roll out get a little bit harder.
Right, and you're always prefer to miss to hit and stay than to roll yours out.
They are sweeping this hard. They will get it
by,
by,
but stay. Yeah.
Nose hit, 1 for North Dakota.
So pretty much what Christensen wanted there. They're happy to give up 1, get the hammer, but they had a chance. They had a chance to steal there, and just still getting the feel of that ice.
It didn't quite finish quite as hard as they wanted to. On sheet 1, Sweet is drawing, or is throwing a tap back. Solom lies 3 in the 8 foot
with a stone to play,
and Solom has hammer. So this is Shelby Sweet's final stone, and she's looking to tap back the Solom stone in the 4 foot.
Elsewhere, it looks like Stubbe stole 1 in the first from Dunham, and looks like Hodek must have taken 1 from right with the hammer. So
Sweet taps back the redstone and rolls over in front of a pile. It looks like Miranda will have a peel for 3. It's possible she could stick this, but most likely it is just a hit and roll out for 3.
They're not going to jam though, there are they? I can't quite tell how much offset there is, but
back on our featured sheet, the second end is getting underway, and North Dakota is calling one in the house. We'll see if Corey Christensen decides to throw a guard and start getting a more aggressive game.
I would be surprised. I would expect her to hit here. Yeah.
Ben is correct. Another hit.
Again, it's early. Play it cautious. Plenty of time to be aggressive. It's against my nature. I was saying in the other game, I call an aggressive game myself, so I might be guarding, but oh, that's a really nice shot by
Miranda Solom makes the shot for 3.
Gets her 3.
Ticks out the yellow. Actually ended up taking out a couple more yellows along the way, but only needed the 1.
Only needed the 1.
And made it for 3. So on sheet 1, Miranda Solom, the high performance team, is leading 3-0 over Washington Shelby Sweet.
Back on the it looks like they missed what was happening on the main sheet there, but
must have been a hit
and roll out. While we were watching that great shot by Solom, and looks like North Dakota's going to come right back in.
This will go a bit deep.
A little deep. I would bet Christensen still hits here, though.
No.
She is going for the guard.
With the stone back there, it's a much less dangerous position.
Yeah. I guess it depends where this guard ends up. I feel like it's going to be hard to get something behind this guard that outcounts that, so you're going to take that out eventually.
Still plenty of stones to come.
Oh, I know.
The guard is on its way. getting a
It's getting way out there.
little bit far out there, but it will stop as a corner guard. So something they can use.
North Dakota's going to stick another one in there.
The North Dakota Stone, I think the call was top 8. Looks like it's going to come heavy, may even go through.
Yeah, I think it's through.
Yep. Christian just cleans it, brings it right through. And she will call the draw behind the corner guard. Hopefully to start setting up a deuce. Anna Bowman's shot is on its way.
Looking pretty good.
Weight looks good. It's hanging a little bit. Weight was very nice. It looks like they got about a third berry, maybe less. And Brekke will call
right after
the freeze.
Oh, they're really?
Caitlin Day is throwing for Brekke. The shot is on its way. Looks pretty good, maybe over curling a bit.
I'm gonna hold it there, but get quite a
very
bump there.
Strong sweeping, and they do bump it almost all the way out. It's tough to tell from this angle if that's still a biter. But either way, yellow is now sitting 2.
Whoa.
And Minnesota does jam on the hit.
Looks like they got it off, though.
I think they did get it off, and the roll, while they were actually calling for the roll behind the corner, the roll to the center in front of the Yellowstone is a pretty good miss.
Yeah. I mean, I think North Dakota, the jam's there, but
yeah, just makes them think about it.
It's another thing to think about. It's true.
Taylor Drees throwing the hit, and it looks like they may have jammed. They did, and rolled out. So now Christensen has a hit to sit 2, or a draw around the corner to set up possibly a bigger end. And Corey will ask Becca to draw around the corner guard.
I like it. Aggressive play.
Looks like this is a little bit heavy. Probably will stop biting, but yep, it'll stop in the back 12. North Dakota is still sitting shot stone, but they do have to worry about a big end. they're calling the freeze. If they make this shot well, then they force Christensen to play in the to change up the end and sort of play back in the forefoot. If they miss, they could leave Christensen with a shot for two, a double that could set up a bigger end. Looks like it's about hack weight and turns into almost a double. It is a double.
Yeah, gets them both off. Wow.
That ends up being a great shot.
We can actually start the stream if we really need it, since we have.
Yeah.
But
Well,
at least we have.
give us a 15-second later replay. We have the chat.
Oh,
No, we don't want
no, definitely not though.
Becca Funk is throwing the hit and roll over.
They're really working to hold it there. Just a little roll in front. Oh, okay.
It's a pretty good shot.
Yeah.
She wanted probably another 8 inches of roll.
Yeah.
But not a bad result.
Brekke's gonna look to hit. Have to roll a little left from our perspective.
That double really changed the end. I'm not sure if it was the called shot, but it ended up being a very, very good result for North Dakota.
Definitely.
And now, instead of having a chance at a big end, Christensen is going to have to make a couple good shots to get two, or probably have just a draw for one.
They may have to settle for one here. Again, everybody's got to execute their shots, but
the sweepers are holding this. It's going hard. It might jam.
Yeah, they got the
it jams, but then it
twice.
double jams.
Yeah.
So now they are still sitting two. So ends up being a good shot. Either way, it was gonna. They were gonna get the redstone out, so it wasn't bad either way. But to sit two now really forces
it would have been nice
Christensen.
if they could have held that, but
on sheet 4, Dunham is throwing a double run back. And he doesn't overcurls a bit and ends up taking his own stone out.
Stubby's still sitting one.
Stubby is sitting one. On sheet 3, we had a blank in the second end. So Wright will keep hammer for the third.
And sheet 1 is getting ready to throw their still in skips rocks.
First skip stone on sheet 1 for Miranda Solon.
Okay.
Here's Corey Christensen with her first stone.
She's got it. Pretty nose.
Got the nose hit.
I don't think she was throwing for the double there, was she?
No, I think she was just trying to roll over in front of the other yellow stone. It hung out a little bit on her, and it will leave Emily Brekke with an open hit, and then force Corey Christensen to draw for the one.
Comes Brekke's takeout, looking pretty good. They're working to hold it, but I think they're on it right now.
They definitely got the hit.
Oh,
They
yeah.
might roll a bit, but it should stay in, and it does.
I imagine Christian's still just going to take their one here. They're not going to.
Yep.
There's the double here, but
they're looking at it, but
I wouldn't, especially because there's a jam over there.
Yeah,
looks
it's
like
it's
I
a
wouldn't
tough shot.
play
I
with
think
it.
the shot is just the draw for one. and with the backing.
Right, absolutely.
And that Becca Funk signals for it, and that's where the broom is placed for the draw. On sheet 4, Scott Dunham is throwing his final shot. He's throwing a run back double for 1. Tough shot. And he does not make it. He ends up jamming on his own stone, but it doesn't change the score. So they give up 1.
So we take a 2-0 lead though now.
Yep. Another steal for Stubby. And a great shot by Corey Christensen.
On our main sheet.
Right in the
nice
4-foot.
Executed draw.
And they take their 1. So we have a tie game here. Minnesota 1, North Dakota 1. As we mentioned, sheet 3 is still 1-0 Hodek. Sheet 4 is now 2-0 Stubby over Dunham. And on sheet 1, Miranda Solom is throwing her final stone. Shelby Sweet is sitting 1, about 3/4 covered behind a guard, and I think Miranda's trying to take it out. And Shelby Sweet from Washington still has 1 more shot to come after Miranda's.
Got people checking in from around the world, apparently. Alright, so Christensen puts up a nice center guard, and what is Brekke throwing here? Is corner guard? I think this must be a corner guard.
I think so, yes.
Where the broom was, I think that's the only thing that makes sense.
On sheet 1, Miranda actually changed her shot to a draw and came up light. So Sweet is sitting 1 with a draw to the 8-foot for 2.
Okay, it is 1.
Minnesota here is drawing behind. Looks like it's a little bit heavy, and
it's gonna come out
actually,
the other side
the
there.
The weight was good, but it did overcurl, and now North Dakota can see about 3/4 of the stone.
And with the length of that guard, they can definitely get get that.
Even maybe a hit and roll in.
Yeah. Depends what weight they come with. They're coming just about normal there. Sweet were really hitting it, so they must be tight.
Yeah, it looks like
they might be on the guard there. Yep.
And they do crash. But that's not a bad result with hammer.
Oh, yeah, they can
clear the center.
Yep.
Oh, actually, sorry. Free guard zone, so that gets put right back. Final update from the second end on sheet 1. Washington's final stone came up light as well, so It looks like it will be just one yellow, making the score after 3, Solom 3, Sweet 1. So Christensen is looking for another stone in the house. Strong sweeping. I can't tell if it came up just short, but it's another center guard. So North Dakota has another chance at the hit and roll.
I feel like that guard may have been replaced a little further. I feel like they got a little more of the stone than they did before they moved that there.
It's possible.
I mean,
Caitlin Day's shot is on its way.
it's hanging out there.
Definitely hanging. She has a
They're gonna
piece.
get it, but they're also gonna. Ooh. They're gonna have to sweep hard to get that out. Okay.
So she gets it out, gets the stone out of there, but Christensen now has a chance to put it right back and probably put it in a better
put it
position.
buried further.
We see the discussion about our sponsors in the chat. We will mention our gold sponsors at the end of this next end. We did not mention them at the beginning because we started a bit late due to some technical difficulties. But we do have many great sponsors.
And thank you, Terry, for announcing them.
We do have people checking in from all over the world, it seems. Nick Tyner has just checked in from Tijuana, Mexico. So we have quite the reach here.
I can do Tijuana right about now. Those of you who don't know, yeah, it's been freezing here in Massachusetts. This
past week was very cold.
So Tijuana sounds pretty wonderful right now.
Granted, for Massachusetts standard, it was cold. I'm sure those of you watching from the Midwest or possibly even Alaska think our cold is a little bit different than your cold, which is true. Still wouldn't mind a break.
And no, we aren't just showing the sheet 2 games. We generally are featuring a game either on sheet 2 or 3. It'll be changing every game, and we also will try to jump to other sheets when we have a chance, or if our featured game wraps up early.
The broadcast team has put together a great schedule. I believe we will be featuring every team in the event at least twice. So hopefully everyone gets a chance to watch each team. So Christensen puts up another guard. The shot before, North Dakota jammed on the guard. So now right now Minnesota is sitting 2, 1 behind cover in the 4-foot, and it looks like Brekke is looking at the double.
Looking at a double. That's not an easy double.
No. If she makes it, it definitely changes the end up a little bit. Christensen will probably put the stone back in the 4-foot.
It's not coming back.
Another stone just hanging out a bit here.
I'm gonna clear that, but I'm not gonna get the double.
Just get the top stone. And I think Christensen will just put another stone right on top of the one they have right now.
Absolutely.
It's a very strong position for Christensen. sister's name. So. We have a question about the attendance. I think it's been pretty good. The opening ceremonies was absolutely packed here, and the game following was very crowded as well. We had probably 10 rows deep in for the opening ceremonies, and there's a pretty good crowd right now. I would guess that for the later games it will get even bigger.
It was a little thin this morning at 8 a.m. I think, but
I think some people probably value their sleep, myself included.
Not me though. Be here all hours of the day.
Got a comment from Randy, the guy behind all the cameras, and he is not getting as much sleep as as he normally does. He's been here all the time, setting this up and switching between the cameras to set up such a great broadcast.
He's the one who makes us look good.
Yeah, we just talk.
Which we do anyway, so. Just now all you guys have to listen to us.
So Corey Christensen is throwing, I believe, to the top 12. It's hanging out a little bit, so they may try to leave it a little higher. Looks like it's a little deeper than she wanted it, especially given that
they're gonna try to throw that double again.
About 3/4 open, so this is probably the best chance that North Dakota has had at the double this end.
It's still gonna be tough to make that and have your shooter end up anywhere good, but you got to throw it.
I think they may be able to make this.
Oh, they can make it
and roll behind the corner, which would be
perfect shot is definitely there, but got to have your weight and your line on point.
Score update from sheet 3. Hodek stole 2, so is now up 3-0 on right. Here comes the double. They're sweeping it hard. Oh, just misses. Gets the one, rolls a little bit, but it will leave Christensen with the hit and roll behind.
What is this?
And this is Corey's final stone.
Okay, so they are throwing this
North
for 2.
Dakota does have... Oh, no, sorry. Yeah, this is for 2. Yes. Correct.
Oh, there's one more stone. Brekke has hammer.
Correction. Brekke does have hammer. So Christensen will be throwing the hit and roll and hoping to get behind and leaving North Dakota with a very tough shot for 1.
Yeah, I don't think she wants to roll. She wouldn't want to roll much at all. Maybe 6 inches, but you don't want to expose that button at all.
It's hanging out pretty far. And does tick the stone on the 4-foot, but she does manage to get the yellow, and will leave North Dakota with a draw to the button for 1. So not what Corey was looking for, but it does enough to force Brekke to still have a very tough draw for 1.
Dunham has an interesting shot here. He was sitting 3 right up until that last shot. Now he's got 1 shot. Looks like he's going to freeze and just take 2. That's a nice shot by Stubbe to cut him down like that.
Here's the shot by Emily Brekke.
This one's hanging too, though.
It looks
they're going to get around,
also.
But yes, heavy.
and it will go past the button and even all the way through, and Corey Christensen will steal a point and take a 2-1 lead going into the fourth end. So while we have a break, we will take the chance to thank our gold sponsors for the U.S. Junior Nationals. Dunkin' Donuts of Lexington. Dunkin' Donuts has been providing food, beverages, and great coffee for many national events throughout Broomstones' history. Also, Whole Foods of Wayland on Route 20 near Wayland Center. They are providing free meals for the participants. And Brooms Up Curling Supplies. They are a major sponsor of the USCA and an event sponsor here at the Junior Nationals. And we would like to thank all three of our gold sponsors.
Alright, Christian's first stone coming in here, looking pretty fast here. I don't know. Alright, I'm going to stop it short of the button, so not bad. I
think the call was a draw, but I'm not. Was a guard, but I'm not sure.
Yeah, I missed it, but
So on sheet 4, Dunham had a shot for 2 or possibly 3, but did not make it and only took 1. So sheet 4, the score is Stubby 2, Dunham 1, going into the fourth end.
And Stubby now with hammer.
As we mentioned before, sheet 3, Hodek stole 2, and it has a 3-0 lead on right. And sheet 1 is there are still 3 shots remaining in the third end.
In a 3-1 game.
In a 3-1 game, Solom has hammer and the lead.
North Dakota took out. Now Minnesota coming back, doing the same. You get a little roll outside. That's a nice shot.
Nice shot. Trading hits here.
They're going to come back and hit this, but line's looking a little tight. And I don't know if they're going to get this one.
Looks like they're holding it, but they
mighty close.
Just miss. Just goes by, and Christensen now leaves one sitting in the house. Sure. So as you can see up on the screen, we have the scores as we discussed moments ago. Stubby is leading Dunham. Hodek over Wright, and on our feature sheet, Christensen over Brekke. On sheet 1, Shelby Sweet is throwing her final stone. It looks like she's trying to freeze to a stone in the back 4, but it's hanging out a bit.
It's hanging off a lot.
And she crashes on an outside stone, rolls in front of the 4-foot, but leaves Miranda sitting 1.
At least 1. I think it's just probably
just and
with a stone to play.
Yep. So she has a draw to the 4-foot for 2. Looks like she just needs to bite the 4. Oh.
You think?
Oh, yeah.
Wouldn't be that surprised if it hangs out, they're going to take it across.
Yeah.
Miranda. I'm talking Miranda.
Yep. So it looks like actually
I
Solom
wouldn't be a bit surprised if they call it.
Solom could be throwing the double here.
will be throwing a double on sheet 1.
And that's
I
for a big
think
number
it's-
if she can make that.
Well, but there's still. It's hard to tell from here. Is there a stone, another yellow behind the red?
No, it's a red.
No, it's
Oh,
red.
it's a
behind
red.
the
Oh,
yeah,
okay,
So,
so
if they can
so
clear
it-
both of those, that's a crooked number.
So Miranda has a double from the center line to the edge of the 12. If she makes this,
She
it
could get as many as 5.
could be for 5.
Only gonna get the
And
one,
just
so.
ticks it, so she will only get 2.
But that's a pretty commanding lead at this point. It's going to be 5-1.
Yep.
It's nice job by Christensen. A little exposed. North Dakota's probably going to keep chasing it.
That's not as yellow. Should we mention that Steven checked it? So North Dakota takes out the red guard. I believe they were trying to take out the stone in the 4-foot, but just overcurled a bit.
And Christensen's going to put her guard right back up.
That's the pro miss, but Christensen has a chance to just put up another guard, and her goal will be to make it even better than the last one.
Yeah, see if she can cover it and maybe even count it. Although, they'll be throwing a double at that, I would imagine.
Trying to bring it over just to cover as much of that stone in the 4-foot as they can. Good sweep at the end, but it still leaves about half of the stone uncovered. So North Dakota will have another shot at the back stone.
They're still throwing full weight at this, which I don't know if I'd be doing.
I think I would come with maybe a board weight to try to
Control
stick
the
around.
roll a little and control the roll a little more, but
she's by.
She's nailed
Makes
it.
the hit and
Gets a little roll out, which
gets a good roll. So that's a great shot.
Yeah, she has hammer, so that's a good roll.
Christensen will try to hit and roll back behind the center guard.
Try to roll back to the middle here.
Looks close.
Looks pretty good. Overroll a little bit.
Good shot. It still stays a little bit undercover. Rolls a bit too far, but still a great shot by Becca Funk.
And North Dakota's going to go for it again. That's pretty tight.
Yeah, it looked like she maybe turned it over a bit.
You have to work hard to hold that.
And it's
like
definitely going to
guard.
crash
Yeah.
on the guard. So she'll
I
just
mean, again,
peel
the
the
guard
guard.
isn't so bad, but
And Corey Christensen now with her first skip stone will probably just try to cover this with a guard. Looks like they're calling for top 12.
yeah, probably put it on the rings so
Yep.
that to put pressure for Brekke to have to take one if they can't make a double.
Another score update from sheet 3. Hodek steals another 3 points, and that puts them up 6-0 on right.
It's
a
a commanding lead.
Yeah, it's a commanding lead, and that game is moving very fast, about half an end ahead of every other game out here.
And it's only going to get faster with that lead.
Yeah.
On sheet 4, looks like Stubby's sitting 1 with hammer, but a lot of cover in front, so it's going to have a hard time getting more than 1 out of that.
Seems like every time we look over at sheet 4, there are a lot of stones in play.
That's fun. It's an interesting. It's an interesting game
definitely.
that way.
Definitely keeps it good for the spectators.
Yes. Right now, I believe he's throwing a raise between 2 reds to see if he can get another counter in there.
Looks like it's hit weight even, so maybe just the run back. Corey Christensen
Quite astute.
throws the draw to top 12. It didn't curl as much as I think she would have hoped.
North Dakota is going to throw that double to see if they can set up a blank.
Yep. Pretty good shot over on sheet 4. They threw the run back and hit and rolled off the stone they ran back, hit and rolled off, and froze to another one of Dunham's stones. So
Stubby is still sitting
only sitting 1, yeah, and may actually have a hard time getting more than
They're going to
1.
have it. That's what I was saying.
With
I
all
think
the
they're
cover.
still going to have a tough time getting more than 1 out of that. North Dakota's got to curl a long way to get that double. I don't think they're going to get there.
It should stick around,
and it's out of the way at least. But
now
Christensen's going to put it right back up. Or no, they're going to.
They'll hit. They'll hit to
try to roll back
force
in there.
the one.
Okay.
Even if they make this hit and roll, it could be a very tough shot for 1. And they have the lead, so no reason to get too aggressive.
I guess. But I want to get aggressive.
Ben is getting a little impatient with all the takeouts on our feature sheet. Might have to send a message down and ask them to change the strategy.
As I said before, it's a different mindset at this level of competition.
Definitely.
Looking pretty good.
Looks nice here on the hit from Corey Christensen, hanging
a little.
bit.
They gotta get that roll.
Will get the nose hit, so they will be sitting 2, and they force Emily Brekke to throw likely a hit for 1. On
sheet 4, Stubby still trying to work a way to get 2 out of that.
Looks like he's looking at a tap back that could leave him sitting 2. There's a red stone biting the top 4, which is making it a little hard for Stubby to take 2.
Most of those angles are not good for him.
Although if he can remove that red stone, he will have a good chance for 2 or 3.
Yeah, so we could catch the yellow on the outside with
looks like
a reasonable amount of weight.
Maybe he's just throwing the tap. So here on our feature sheet, Emily Brekke is throwing the hit, and it looks like it's coming in
right
nicely.
On line.
And she will nail it.
Nose hit.
1 yellow, and we are back to tied. Minnesota 2, North Dakota 2. Going into the 5th end. On sheet 3 in the 5th end, as we mentioned, Hodek is leading 6-0, but it is surprisingly a very complicated end. I would have expected a little bit more defense, but that has not been the case so far. On sheet 4, Stubby just made a very nice shot to sit 2. He does leave himself exposed for potentially a double. If Dunham can make this, he might even be sitting 3. So while it was a good shot to get rid of the red stone in the 4-foot, he may have exposed himself to give Dunham a really strong chance to possibly even steal. home end of 4.
Okay.
Four on sheet 4, good shot by Dunham, not the double I think he maybe was looking for.
I don't think they were throwing the double because he didn't have very much weight on that.
Yeah, that's a good point. So it looks like he made the shot he was throwing. He hit and rolled to top 4, and he makes Stubbe throw a draw to at least half of the 4-foot. It's a pretty tough shot because most of the 4-foot is covered by the stone that Dunham just threw.
Back on our featured sheet, we have Christensen drawing down behind a corner guard, or I guess not behind. In fact, it's going to be another guard.
Nice come around here for North Dakota. That really finished hard. Almost.
Yeah, we
didn't
see anything like that in the earlier ends.
I think it may have had a bit of a light handle at the end because we have not, and then just cranked to a stop right behind the guard. As I think has been mentioned in some of the earlier broadcasts, we did recently sand the rocks, so that is part of why there's a little bit of extra curl here.
Movement on him.
Yeah. Oh, it's down. Oh, okay.
Oh, so we're talking to no one right now.
Oh yeah, no, it's fine.
We'll just keep talking to them.
Yes, do because you can store it.
Oh,
okay.
Okay.
All right.
So we
So
may
some
be
people
having
are
some
listening to us
technical
right now,
difficulties.
maybe. But.
So we were just having some technical difficulties, and we'll try to get you caught up. North Dakota made a nice come around, and then Christensen made an even better one, and we're going to keep playing this game around these corner guards.
This is looking a little warm. Oh, I'm on the Wi-Fi too. I'm sure on my phone.
Everybody off the Wi-Fi.
Getting off the Wi-Fi.
So
we can probably shut this down.
as some of you are noticing, we are having some technical difficulties. Our Wi-Fi is getting a little bit overloaded. Looks like we are back up.
Can you guys hear us?
Yep, still some technical difficulties. So we will be sort of trying to restore everything as quickly as we can.
Another nice draw coming down.
Bounced off a little bit to stay open. It looks like North Dakota is going to go for the hit. I'm not sure if they can get the double without jamming.
Yeah, it looked like they were indicating the double, but that's going to be awful difficult to get to do
Yeah,
without
they
jamming.
may be able to kick it over the top, but
Yeah,
it's
that's
tough to tell from this angle. It's a tough shot for sure. There's a couple jam problems they have to watch for.
sure.
But I think some sort of hit is definitely the shot.
And you see on sheet 4, Stewie was only able to pick up 1 there, so
Yeah.
it's a nice play by Dunham.
On sheet 1, Sweet just had a draw for 2, and she did not make it, so she takes 1. So the score is now 5-2 Solom, and Solom has hammer going into the 5th end. As Ben mentioned, Stewie took 1 in the 4th, in the 4th on sheet 4 against Dunham. So now Dunham is down 3-1 with hammer in the 5th. We have a crazy end on sheet 3 with tons and tons of stones in play. It looks like with the hammerstone coming up, Wright has a shot for 2, I believe. But there, it looks like he has a hit, a little bit of a tap back for 2. They are sitting 1 at the moment, I believe.
Draw down on it. Back on our featured sheet, Christensen's discussing a little bit what they want to do here.
North Dakota made a pretty nice shot to hit and roll to freeze. They did jam on the backstone.
Trying to get on the inside here. Not getting there though. That's a pretty nice shot. I did not know that was there.
That's a good shot.
Yeah.
Christensen makes a nice
double
to sit 2.
And now North Dakota's going to try to hit and roll behind.
I believe they do have a double here, so if they make they have a chance to have the double and sit right behind cover. This looks like it's going to overcurl pretty far.
They're going to leave themselves open.
If they can even, they're going to definitely roll out if it does get out. They do get the hit. The redstone is out of play, but Corey Christensen has a chance to put another one right behind those corner guards and really put some pressure on North Dakota here. So we think that you can hear us, but the video is not quite working, so we'll keep talking. And if no one can hear us, that's, I guess we'll keep talking anyways. So Christensen has called a draw to the top 12 for Becca Funk behind the corner guard. Looks pretty nice. It's starting to curl.
Got to get that on the rings though.
Sweeping hard, but it looks like it's going to come up just short. It's not a bad spot. It could even be. It's a good point. Part of it, I think, is just when you get a little bit down weight, it curls like crazy. But it is still.
That's right. That shot's definitely there with a control or a hack weight.
Yeah,
but they haven't been willing to throw that.
No.
I like the double, but I mean, you put yourself in position to steal if you can make that outside takeout.
Yeah. They're going hard.
Yeah, they really got to hold that.
The double's out of the question. They may even crash here. They got it by. So not a bad shot there. They still take out 1 stone and are in front. That's a tough stone for Christian.
Yeah, Christensen wants to take that out, but there's not a lot of room there.
Yeah, that's a pretty risky shot.
Jam. We're gonna throw it.
North Dakota did just hit nose, so if Corey can throw the same shot they threw.
They squeaked by that guard, and this is also, remember, 1 stone length further up.
Yeah, I think if I were Corey here, I would throw the draw around the right side and try to freeze to her own stone.
Sit 2. Even just get 8 foot there.
Yeah. I'm not sure I like this call. If she makes it, it's great, but they leave another double. And there's a chance she hangs out a bit and jams on her own stone.
That broom's pretty tight, too. Doesn't leave herself much. I mean, I guess hitting the red isn't terrible for them, but yeah, okay.
Looks pretty
They
good.
got it. Oh yeah, they're looking pretty nice right here.
Nice shot by Corey. After
all
our
our hemming and hawing.
Does leave another double for North Dakota. They have the same option they had on the last shot if they want to hit the stone on that.
The double's even harder now and gets you less because I don't even know if you stay on the rings. Maybe I guess you probably do, but way up in the top 12. Now I think it's definitely time to look at the downweight hit, but
Emily Brekke is looking to her front end to see what they think, and she will call a timeout.
We're up. Cool. We colored the picture a bit. To make it.
oh, and by the way,
This is cable. Which means it's community bid.
Let's see the handle camera for it's actually makes you a little bit ill though.
So while we have a timeout here, we'll talk a little bit about the other sheets. As we mentioned, the right Hodek game is now done with their fifth end break. It's a pretty big hill for right to climb as they're down 6-1 without hammer. On sheet 4, Dunham, Pennsylvania against Stubbe, Wisconsin.
I believe it's still 3-1. They're still working on their fifth end here.
I think so. Dunham has hammer, and it looks like he's throwing a peel with his first skip stone.
So Stubbe's sitting one behind there, huh?
Yeah, we don't have a great view of that sheet.
Yeah, that's probably hardest sheet for us to see, but
yeah. On sheet 1, Solom is sitting 3, and it is Shelby Sweet's first stone. She is looking to throw a freeze. They could be in trouble here if they don't get this freeze right, and Miranda has a chance for another big end. So Scott Dunham on sheet 4 makes the double peel, rolls the stone into the house, but Stubbe is sitting 2 and throwing without hammer. So here, back on our featured sheet, the timeout is over.
And they're lined up for the double.
Emily Brekke will be throwing this double. If she makes it, she probably rolls out, but it forces Christensen to blank. So it would be a very good shot.
Really trying to hold that. Looks like they're not going to get that double.
Just over curls. So she gets the 1, but she leaves Corey Christensen with a draw to full 12 foot for her 2.
And it's not even a question.
I think I like that call in a close game, because if you throw the stone on the stone on the side, it's a little bit riskier, and you don't quite make it. You could be giving up 3. Here,
we've already established I'm too aggressive.
Yeah. Ben and I do have slightly different strategies. I'm sure you've talked to your brother Nate, and he and I, while playing together, had some strategy differences as well. I tend to lean towards the conservative.
Whereas he's been playing with me for years, and I've been playing with him.
Corey's final shot looks pretty good. They're sweeping it, but she's got plenty of room. Just needs full 12 foot. And she's got it.
So that's 2 reds. It's a big end for Christensen. And they're heading into their 5th end break now.
That's an important deuce.
Yes, it is. So now that we'll take a break too, but before we do, we want to mention our sponsors again. Big thanks to Dunkin' Donuts Lexington, bringing us food this morning, providing food, beverage, and great coffee to these national events here. Whole Foods of Wayland, Route 20 in Wayland, providing lunch and dinner for our participants. Brooms Up Curling, big sponsor of the USCA and our event. Really big thanks to them. And we'll be back in a few minutes when our featured sheet makes back on the ice.
So we are back here in after the fifth end break, Minnesota versus North Dakota 2, and the score is 4-2 Christensen from Minnesota, and Brekke from North Dakota has hammer. So far, it's been a very close game. That was an important 2 to close out the fifth end for Christensen, puts her in control. But if the way this game's been going, it's a back and forth battle. So hopefully it stays that way.
And big things going on sheet 3 right now. Wright, who's been down pretty big, are sitting 4 and throwing. Still fairly early in that end, but it's the first real opportunity we've seen for Wright to put some numbers up.
Down to skip stones. If he can really put the pressure on Hodek, and if Hodek doesn't make 2 good shots, he could be giving up a big
right.
steal.
Crooked number, getting right back in this game.
So while we are gone, the fifth end on sheet 1 finished with Solom taking another point. So they are up 6-2 without hammer against Washington, Shelby Sweet. And on sheet 4, Dunham took a single point. So they are down 3-2 versus Washington. Wisconsin, sorry. Without the hammer. Nice hit by Minnesota. Looks like we might be seeing another hitting end here. Over on sheet 3, Hodek is throwing a draw against 4 with his first skip stone.
Yeah, they didn't do much to cover that up, which I kind of expected them to do.
Right stone over curled, it looks like.
Yeah.
And Hodek.
Looks like Hodek's going to park that right in there.
Very good shot by Hodek.
Very nice. That's
puts it right on the button.
Down a lot. Right can't hope for more than 3 here, and that's shoot
over sheet 2. Sheet 3 for a bit? Is that possible? Sheet 3?
Here.
Home end. Is that? Yep. Great. So now we're just gonna switch over for a couple shots to sheet 3, while on our feature sheet, the end sort of develops. This is Wright's last stone. He's red. I believe he's trying to tap this yellow stone through the hole and sit 5. He does not have hammer.
Hodek still has a shot to throw, but there's some serious pressure if he can.
This is hanging out too far, though. Looks like it's going to go right by.
Probably mean a couple more points for Hodek.
If Hodek now has a draw for the deuce,
and that'll put this one away pretty well.
That could be the game. When you're down by so much, you don't often get too many chances.
And they definitely missed one there, unfortunately.
Hodek still has to be full 4 on this shot, but he does have backing, and either way he will get his single. And the game's at 6-1, so a single is enough to keep a very strong hold on the game.
Right had a good opportunity there, but just unfortunate.
Hodek's final stone looks light, and they're sweeping hard.
But again, as you said,
looks like
they're okay with this. If they leave this shit, they are leaving it.
This is going to come up quite short. But like we're saying,
again, that's still another point.
Yep.
It's a 6-point lead with what, 4 to play.
4 to play. Very strong position for Hodak. So now we're going to switch back over to our feature sheet, sheet 2.
Another pretty clean house. We got 1 stone, back 12, which is about to get taken out.
Caitlin Day throwing. This is North Dakota's final second stone.
Looks like they're gonna get that just about nose.
Rolls a bit, but
Little roll, but
sticks around. And we're gonna trade some more hits. Had no idea.
Minnesota takes right back.
Nice hit by Becca Funk.
And Brekke looking to take out as well.
Nice hit by Taylor Drees. And we have another hit coming up for Corey Christensen. This end is shaping up to be a blank.
Looking that way.
Becca Funk makes another hit.
Executing these takeouts well.
Taylor Drees will roll a bit, but still stick around.
Minnesota's coming right back after it.
They're really sweeping this one hard. Looks like it's gonna.
I think they have it. They might roll out though. Oh no.
Nice shot.
Very nice shot.
And now Emily Brekke will try to throw the same thing.
It was on top of the net. I had that happen last night. Yeah, I kept picking it off and back on, off and back on. Yes, to some extent.
Another hit on the way.
Looks pretty good.
Also looking pretty good.
Yep. Looks like they're sweeping it right to a nose hit. Another good shot.
Solid hit.
Corey Christensen will have one more hit and then likely leave Emily Brekke with a hit and roll out to blank the end.
Looking that way.
Over on sheet 3, Hodek is in control again. They're sitting what looks like 2, possibly 3. Again, given their lead, these ends are getting surprisingly complicated. They are not leaning
at this
towards
point,
the hits.
You would think Hodek would be playing a little cleaner than they are, but
they other than the 6th end, they've been in control. And here,
and even in the 6th, they did a nice job of
Hodek's first shot
catching back up. Yeah.
Good.
Oh yeah, that was a beautiful shot by Hodek.
So now Corey Christensen hit and rolled out, so I believe Brekke will just throw it through and take the hammer in the 7th end.
Not ideal. They probably were trying to score here to keep the hammer going the right way, but
it's early. It's still only the 6th.
I know. Just thinking ahead.
Yeah, no, fair enough.
I mean, of course, they wanted to.
No, they are actually going to throw the draw for the 1.
I'm thinking like me.
Yeah, I would. To be honest, I don't like this call, especially in a game like this. Take another shot at 2. There's plenty of room. There's plenty of time
to
left.
Play, yeah, I agree.
You take one here, and Christensen responds with a 2, and you're really chasing.
They might be involuntarily. I don't know if they're gonna. No, they're gonna get this on. Okay. Thought they might be leaving that short, but
they take the 1. Again up here. We have our own styles, but not necessarily.
We agreed on that one.
Yeah, we agree that we would have thrown 3 for the blank.
I see the argument for it. It puts you down 1. You keep the hammer going the right way, but I think the blank there was probably.
Over on sheet 3, Hodek just made a hit and roll to sit 5.
4 or 5, yeah. I think it's 5.
And they are. It's 5. 2 of them are in the top 4, 1 in the back 4. They're
in
a
couple more.
Very good shape here, and Wright is chasing again. They're gonna continue to have a hard time to catch up in this one. Hodek is making a lot of shots.
What's happening on sheet 4?
In sheet 4, Andrew Stapera is throwing a draw. No, not yet.
Over on sheet 1, Solon makes a nice takeout, just sitting 3. A couple stones still to play, but again, the high performance team set up pretty well in this end. There's cover for yellow to try to bury under, but awful lot of red stones in there.
So on sheet 4, Stubby is sitting 2 with hammer. Then they're throwing a hit to sit 3. This is Weiss's last shot. Make the hit and get a little roll. Maybe sitting 3. Looks like Dunham is not hitting. Maybe hitting, but they don't have a great way to get in there with.
No.
And without hammer, this could turn into a little bit of trouble. So Brekke makes a nice hit and roll, and Christensen decides to ignore it this time and put up a corner guard, waiting until the Brekke stone is not in the 4-foot to throw the corner, which makes sense. And the corner guard comes very deep and ends up in the back of the house, leaving North Dakota with a hit to sit 2.
Take that right out. That was a guard? So that was
I think so.
It
Must have been.
Pretty deep miss for a guard.
On sheet 4, Dunham made a nice come around.
It buried in there pretty well.
It's very buried and may really force Stubbe to give up on his chances of a big end.
Yeah, I think
it's a little bit of a risky call, but they're
gonna have trouble getting one here, I'd expect.
Yeah. There's still 3 stones left in the 6th end on sheet 4. On sheet 1, Shelby Sweet has a draw against 4 red stones, or a hit against 4 red, and she makes it perfectly to take her 1.
It's a nice shot.
So after 6, Miranda Solom, the high performance team, leads Washington 6-3, and Solom has hammer. Still definitely in control for Solom, and it seems like most of the ends are
Solom's playing well.
Yeah, Solom is playing well. That's a strong team.
Again, sheet 3 with the very interesting house going on.
Yeah. Tony Wright with his first is throwing a hit.
Come around hit.
To probably only sit 1.
Yeah, it's only 1. It'll definitely only be 1, but, well, assuming he makes it.
And he makes the double but rolls out, leaving Hodek sitting 1 still. So Hodek has a draw to sit 2 with his first stone. Again, with his second.
It's his second stone, so then.
Yep, you're right. Yeah, you're right. So Wright has hammer.
Right.
Ooh, try to peel the corner and
just missed it.
Flash. Opens the door for Christensen to come around and start to set up their deuce.
You know, I wouldn't have been clearing that guard. I don't know.
No, I think I might have thrown top 12, top 8 behind that guard. I understand. I understand that call. It's a pretty defensive call,
Especially down without the hammer. Right?
Yeah, it does. The Brekke team has been playing a fairly conservative strategy, and I'll give them credit. They're sticking to it, and it's created a very close game.
If not for that one little slip up in the 5th end, this would be a tie game.
Over on sheet 4, Dunham makes another good shot to sit, still only sitting 1, but Stubbe has
Stubbe to do here.
Has to throw a draw to full 4-foot. Otherwise, Dunham will steal 1. And again, that game is 3-2 Stubbe right now. So this could be an important steal.
North Dakota coming in.
Taylor Drees
getting it under cover, not quite.
Good weight, but it's a little bit open. Probably three quarters uncovered.
Might have been able to finish that a little deeper because this is a pretty easy hit where it is.
Yep. I wonder.
Looks like they're coming down weight at it to try to get a little more buried. And
if they make
if they can get an inside roll on this, then they're in very good shape.
Brekke still is sitting 2, so if they can.
This is hanging a little bit, a lot. Are they even gonna get this?
It's coming back. It will tick.
Just gonna push that further under. It's gonna push it out the other side, but
that's a tough miss, and we'll let Brekke.
I mean, Brekke's without the hammer, so it's not, critical, but
if they can put this behind the cover, they could really set up a steal.
doesn't look like they're trying. No.
Yeah, I believe the call was just top 12
Yeah.
open. I don't know.
I don't get the call, but
with a center guard, I think I would be going behind.
Burying,
but
yeah.
But if they put it top 12, it makes it a little bit tougher for Christensen to get in there.
I mean, there's still some stones to play,
and this stone will again be mostly open, probably almost entirely open, but top 12, so Christensen will not hit it.
Yeah, I don't think Christensen will bottom to hit it.
But she does have this hit and roll on the side.
It's a long way to roll from there, though.
Yep. So it looks like they are going to hit the stone just off the center line. They will.
I don't know what this does for them.
Yeah, they'll still be third shot even if they make this perfectly. So with
there's not a lot you can do.
This is Becca Funk's second shot.
I guess at least you clear it. You give yourself your path to your one,
or maybe set up a chance for a skips deuce.
Right.
And they're gonna roll out.
Yeah.
So it leaves Brekke with another. Oh, and they
crashed and back.
Jam.
So.
North Dakota sitting 3. Granted, none of them are in great position, so the 4-foot is still wide open. But
they're probably just gonna. I mean, they worked last time, so I bet they come and block that up again.
Yeah, again, I think I would throw top 4.
I think I'd be trying to vary,
but looks like the ice looks like it's going to be another open stone on the top 12.
And I mean, I like that shot more after looking at what it left.
That's true.
What it left Christensen, because really I was trying to find an alternative for them, and there wasn't much there.
No. It leaves her a lot of the house to draw to.
Yeah,
so.
That's definitely true.
Looks like this stone may come a little bit deeper, but it's also curling pretty nicely. They have a chance to maybe get a half bury. Pretty good shot. Probably almost half buried behind the center guard. Corey Christensen will have to throw another hit and roll. She will be shot after this, likely. But she can't. She maybe with hack weight. I don't know. Do you think with hack weight she could roll behind?
She could get to nose at least.
Yeah. I wonder.
It's
tough to tell
with so many stones in play.
Do you have an overhead view?
There is.
Great, thank you. No, overhead view on this sheet, on sheet 2.
Yeah, that's right there.
So now, as you can see here with the overhead view, maybe a nose hit doesn't get shot, so they may not be able. A nose hit would be nice because they could stay a little bit undercover, but if it's not shot, it doesn't do them as much good. She would have to then throw the hit on her last stone as well, which may not be open if Brekke, depending on what Emily Brekke throws with her final stone.
Looks with that broom, she's throwing normal, which means she's probably looking for a little bit of outside roll, I would expect. Maybe no, she's throwing down,
she's throwing down.
but it's tight then. Then that broom is
There.
real tight. Yeah.
Wow, look at that go. Ooh, and it ticks.
But they're gonna hit.
But oh wow.
They're gonna still get shot. They're still gonna get shot.
Their second shot over there on the wing.
Second shot. All right,
not
shot. But
given the miss, it's a pretty good result.
And it opened up the 4 a little bit anyway.
I think if I were Brekke now, I would just hit that red stone and
make the person draw on. Make them draw on 5.
The color commentator.
Nikki Rossetti has just joined us in the broadcast booth.
You may hear us in the back. Hear her in the background.
So Emily Brekke
is throwing that hit you were talking about.
Yep, she's gonna hit the red stone. A hit and stick will leave her sitting 4, and leave Christensen a really tough shot for her 1.
To the airwaves.
As I said, the world ain't ready.
Nice shot by Emily Brekke.
And now this is a pressure shot right here.
Finishing school. I graduated this past
Although
are they throwing a hit at this?
Yeah, I think the hit will get shot.
I think it will, but I feel like it's a little more risk than
She just made this, I think.
know.
Oh, well, no, that's not true. She did just crash.
I mean, she's not going to crash this time around, but
I think that it's a tough draw.
And I mean, and I haven't been throwing many draws. I understand the call, but there's a lot of 4 to draw to if you want to do that.
Yeah, agreed. I think I would be okay with either call. She's coming down here.
Got a good weight, but it's hanging. This is
needs to curl a bit at the end.
Ooh.
And she had the stone on the side of the house, so she will end up making the double.
But that was dangerous.
Yeah.
Right there.
That hangs a little bit more straight, and she gives up 3.
Right. I mean, stays a little more straight, and she gives up 5.
Yeah, that's true. So there we have another.
That's a 1 for Christensen.
Yep.
Putting them up to 5-3.
Going into the 8th end.
Elsewhere, Kodak and Wright have given up.
Yep, we had handshakes on sheet 3. Kodak wins, I believe, with a final score of 9-1 after 7. Definitely a dominating performance. They seem to be controlling every end but the 6th end, but still were able to take the 1. Over on sheet 4.
Very tight game.
Dunham did get his steal in the 6th end, so it is tied 3-3. Pennsylvania versus Wisconsin. Very close game.
Stubby's sitting 1 right now, and Dunham trying to draw in, but looking a little light. So Stubby's sitting 1 undercover.
And on the final sheet, we have an updated sheet 1. Solom is up 6-3 on Sweet. Shelby Sweet is throwing her final stone, a hit on the Solom stone, which will likely force the Solom team to play for the blank.
That's made. So See North Dakota here.
As a couple people
Pulling one behind. Go ahead.
as a couple people have mentioned, the foosball table is a little squeaky behind us. We may have to find some WD-40 for that to get a little bit less background noise.
We apologize. We swear it's not our fault.
Yeah. That stone for North Dakota goes through. They missed their chance to take control of the 4 here, and Christensen can set up an early strong end. As we mentioned, close game on sheet 4. The Dunham team has started pretty strong. They won their first game. Scott Dunham made a really nice shot in the 8th end for 3 to really take control of a tie game, to go up 3 with 2 left to win that game. And now another close game here with Team Wisconsin.
Yeah, we got a couple really good games going on here on our featured sheet and on sheet 4.
Yeah. Dunham was a little bit of a surprise coming out of the GNCC. They were the 3 seed, but they played really strong and really ran through the competition. And so far here have shown why. Good shot
get that to
for
shot,
North Dakota. Came up a little bit late, but top 4 behind cover. It looks like Corey Christensen will call the freeze, and if she makes the shot, the angles will set up really nicely for her.
She's gonna freeze on the yellow.
Nice shot by Stubbe on sheet 4 to lay 3. All right around the 4-foot.
2 stones.
And Dunham is about to throw his final stone, and Stubbe has hammer. So Dunham
that could break that game open.
He has a chance here to get a freeze. Really tough shot though.
This is a hard shot. That'd be really big.
Yeah, a miss here for Dunham would leave Stubbe with a draw for 4, which would break that game open. It's a pressure shot for Scott Dunham.
Jumping right on that one.
Yeah, still looking at sheet 4, and the sweepers are pounding it. Looks really close though.
It's a nice shot by Dunham.
Great shot by Scott Dunham. Sits 1, has a little bit of backing.
It'll be real hard for Stubbe to get rid of that one.
So now the camera's looking over there, so you can see what we've been talking about.
Pretty busy.
It's a complicated house. That's if from our angle, it's a little bit tough to tell how likely the jam is, but I think that was a very, very nice shot by Scott Dunham.
Definitely a nice shot, given what he was drawing against.
Puts it right on the tee line. Out counts 3 stones that were biting the 4-foot, and now leaves Stubbe with a tough shot to get a big end here. He may have a chance for 4 still, or 3 or 4 still, but I don't know. That totally changed the outlook for both teams here. Coming out with pretty big weight.
On it right away.
Pounding it. Off right at the end. And he will jam.
Give up 1.
Take
right.
1 for Dunham. Really, really pressure shot for Scott Dunham to force Stubbe to make an even harder shot and take 1.
Going back to our featured game, looks like North Dakota's throwing a little bump, which could or draw around. I'm not sure exactly which one, but either way, they seeing if they can't get shot here.
Hanging out a bit, looks a little heavy.
Yeah. That's gonna go right past.
May
But
tick that stone, but no, right past. Back to the 12-foot. So we're up to 234 viewers, so glad to have you all with us. Becca Funk is throwing a run back here. Red on the red stone in the top 12 into the yellow on the 4-foot. She makes this and they sit 3. It's got a curl.
oh,
Goes right over the top. That was risky. That ticks the
yeah,
yellow stone.
I was a little concerned about that call, but especially up 2 without hammer.
Yeah,
I might have just been
maybe
covering.
Maybe throw
yeah.
a freeze or something. Yeah.
Try to protect that one.
A force here would be great for Christensen. Even though it gives Brekke the hammer and the evens, they're still up 1
Right.
with hammer, so they can even just taking 1 in the 9th would be sufficient. Taylor Drees now throwing what looks like a tap.
Yeah, that's going to be a tap, whether that was the called shot or not.
Looks a little light, but
No, I don't know. It looks
they're pounding it.
pretty good.
Great shot. I
think that gave it
believe
a
that's
shot.
now shot. It's
pretty
close,
close.
but the word from those around us is that it
looks
is
like
now
shot.
shot. So yellow is sitting 1 behind the guards. That's a tough stone to get rid of.
Yeah, I don't know what
Maybe the run back.
Oof. At least you move the guard then.
Yeah, you open it up, and you can double those if there's no guard. It may jam on the red, but that's a very nice shot there by Taylor Drees.
Yeah, definitely. And I think running that guard is just about the only thing Christensen can do here.
If they hit the yellow right on the nose, it probably jams on the back red, but both do spill. Becca comes out with pretty big weight, but it looks like it's gonna over curl. So they'll just get the peel.
North Dakota's going to put up a guard here in front of their counter.
Yeah, with hammer, I'm not sure that's what I would call.
I mean, it's going to be hard to get that red out, and if you can't do that,
They maybe just tried to do another tap. They could set up their yellow in front of the red.
that's possible. The problem with this shot is that, I mean, if you can set it right in front, that's great, but otherwise,
You're almost forcing yourself into the 1. Or you're leaving
I mean,
yourself
Christensen's going to chase this regardless.
For sure. you know what the call is here, Ben? Are they calling the hit?
I think they must be. That's that's the only thing you do with that broom. So
Yeah, looks like. Yeah, I mean, if they, like I mentioned earlier, it could possibly jam, but will likely roll out the yellow anyways. So she has a chance here to possibly leave just one red in the house.
yeah.
Big weight.
Oh, lots of weight.
Looks tight.
It's still heading out a little bit, I think.
Really got a pound.
They got a hold there. It's a really nice shot if they can get it by that guard.
Great sweep.
Really nice.
Oh, does jam.
Still.
Yeah. Great sweep to get that past that guard. Out
Yeah.
of her hand, that looked like it was very possibly crashing. So Brekke now has a chance to sit two.
I'm gonna try to
tie
put one
this
up
game
front,
up.
protect their counter, and put
Yep.
the pressure on for Christensen's last shot.
Looked like they indicated top 12.
I think it was top 8
Top
because
8, okay,
they got to be out counting
that's
that
what I was
red
gonna
stone. There's no reason to throw top 12 here.
Yep, we were definitely on the same page there. Maybe get like a half berry, Christmas tree it a little bit. Make it so Corey can only take out one of those stones. Looks light.
Pretty light. They might be better off just to focus on line here because they're not counting that.
Gotta get that over.
Right off. They're over. That's in the way, but
Not a good result for
no.
Brekke there. Leaves Christensen with a freeze or a little tap to sit one.
They're indicating freeze, but with how long that guard is,
could just throw the takeout.
I mean, a down weight takeout, yeah, and see if you can get more than one out of this because it's definitely there.
The risk is as always, is
the flash
jam.
or the jam too, but
although a jam would probably be it would be tough to jam on the stone on the right, and if you jam on the stone on the right in the center,
you still get two.
So
you still get two out of it.
Exactly.
I would be throwing a little more weight, but they looks like they're indicating a freeze or a little tap.
Yep.
Which,
if she makes it, that's
it's fine. It's you're taking a 1 here.
Brekke still has hammer, so there's still a chance for.
So.
But the freeze makes the steal almost a guarantee. Hanging out there. There it comes.
Just a little bump.
Nice shot by Corey. It's hard to tell who shot. Weight was perfect. It just needed to curl a couple inches more.
I don't think North Dakota's shot changes much either way, but not with them standing over.
It looks like they can't tell who shot either, so we'll have
again.
So it looks like they're maybe indicating coming down with back 8 weight and just trying to tap it a bit. There may not be a good way to get 2 here. If we assume that yellow's shot, but if red is shot, then this is a really tough spot for Brekke.
I mean, but they need to.
From the overhead, it looks maybe like it's red, but it's tough. It's tough to tell.
And I don't think that run back's going to do them any good.
I think the initial call was a draw around the guard, but Caitlin Day is suggesting the run back. And as Ben said, I'm not sure that does you all that much good.
and it's really long
It's
too.
yeah,
So
it could. I mean, it could be for one, but the draw,
Yeah.
both shots are just as difficult.
I don't think. Yeah, Brekke doesn't like it either. Looks like they're going to try to come around the other way.
Draw to the pin here.
And
She's got about an inch to play with. This is
yeah, it's
this is
really
very
tight. Really tight. And I mean, yeesh, even if that's the thing is, even if they're counting one right now, if she taps that yellow at all, then still she only gets one out of it. I feel like this.
So the stone is on its way.
Looked a little warm. Oh,
Yeah,
it looked warm coming out. They're really working to get it around that guard.
that's gonna.
Yeah, they're gonna crash. Okay, well now we get to find out
Yeah.
who's
now they're gonna
who's
look
counting
at-
there. And while they're doing that, we might take a little look over at sheet 4, where that tight Stubby Dunham game
So
is.
I'm guessing it was one red.
We'll see in just a second, but
So now the camera just switched over to sheet 4, as you can see. Stubby versus Dunham, Pennsylvania, Wisconsin.
Dunham's sitting 2, up 1.
Stubby has hammer here, and this is his first stone. First
like
skip
he's
stone.
coming down, gonna move those stones.
He's got probably
least one of
board
them.
weight.
Gonna try to stay right in front there. Yep.
Good shot. Red is still sitting 1.
Yeah. And now Dunham's just gonna try to get in the way of them throwing that shot again. Whew.
If Dunham can put a stone in the top 12 here, Stubby probably has to throw a run back for 1.
Yeah, exactly. I might even throw it a little higher, throw it 3 or so, and make that a real long run back.
Fair enough.
But yeah, this is a big shot for Dunham. He needs to place this just right.
Based on
Thank you, Coach. Is it possible to make this thing full screen? I seem like I could on my computer.
it's possible. There's a button that says pop out.
Yeah.
You need to do
Pop
that.
out?
It
It's
says
full
pop out,
screen?
and then
Oh,
it'll
okay.
make its own window.
So Scott's shot is on its way. Looks like it's about close guard
We
weight.
didn't actually start the stream.
So that's a good shot. Yeah.
They can still get in there. And just a quick update on what's going on in our featured sheet. They got a deep back 8 stone for Christensen, and Brekke is throwing up a guard.
Yep. So Christensen did take 1 there. So they go into the 9th end up 6-3. And back over on sheet 4.
Getting ready for that skipped rock, which
Stubby will be throwing what looks like a tap back.
yeah, that's maybe backline weight. I got a shot at 2 here.
Yep. So Jeremy Stubby looks like he'll probably throw like back 8 weight. If he can get it, tap it all the way back to the 8 foot. He's got 2. That would be a great shot.
It would be a great shot.
Background noise just got a little bit louder.
Teams coming off the ice and
Yeah.
so on. Sorry, we'll try to
Get people playing foosball and pool and people talking over each of those. It gets a little loud. So here's the shot. Looks like he's by the guard.
ooh.
Oh, wow.
Wow, got a nick on the outside and will be taking 2 there.
Wow.
They're pretty fortunate, really.
Yeah, I wonder if that may have been the call, which would have been
That's a really good call if that was their call.
But either way, great shot. He gets 2.
Back on the
And,
featured sheet, Brekke is throwing, looks like a double on the 2 red stones.
Great shot.
Nicely done.
Double, and leaves them sitting 1. So one other update on sheet 1. In the 8th end, Solom stole 4
And
to
they
go
have
up 11-3, and the game is now over. Washington conceded. So there are now only 2 games left out here. Our feature sheet and sheet 4 with Pennsylvania versus Wisconsin men's.
Wisconsin having just taken a lead.
It's good to see Herb Kupchik back in Broomstones.
Yes, indeed.
He moved down to the Pennsylvania, Delaware area, and he had been a member of the Broomstones Curling Club for a long time, and really a great member, great volunteer, and is out
He's
here
back here.
officiating.
The head official?
Yes, I think he is the head official. So welcome back, Herb.
Anyway. I mean, we don't need the chat that bad.
No, it's cool. Yeah, I was using it for something else. We got hurt.
That was just one.
Another good setup for Christensen here with this kind of lead and this late in the game. They're happy to have it end this open.
Yeah, clear front of the house, and you can't ask for too much more. Up 3.
I mean, even without the hammer, exactly. You'd love for them to take anything anything less than 3.
Yeah, a 2 is fine, right? Just keep
Even
control.
3, you're
Right.
go
So
home
that-
with the hammer.
Caitlin Day's stone comes a little bit deep. Actually ends up in a little bit of a tough position for Christensen. They only can see about half of it, and they do have to worry about taking out their stone in the 4-foot.
You're still going to throw it. Because even flashing this isn't terrible, but yeah, you definitely don't want to be on your own.
Even taking out your own is okay because they don't need to score here. They just need to
No,
keep it open.
I agree, but
Looks like
they're gonna. It's pretty close. Pretty close. Oh, made it the hard way.
Little kiss off the stone in the 4-foot and still gets the back stone. Just barely tick the red. And North Dakota will try again to freeze on the red stone.
Very nice weight, looks like. It's starting to come though, yeah. Really gonna have to work. Really gonna have to work to hold that though. Maybe get a little
If
bump.
it sits right there, it could be really nice. Little bump.
Not a big bump.
But
Yeah,
good shot.
That's a nice shot, and that's just about nose.
Yep.
All right, there's some space, but
About a 2-foot bump, but still a good shot by Taylor Dries.
Definitely.
Becca Funk will try to just pick this off the top. Great shot.
Great shot.
Even gets the extra gift of knocking out that stone
I mean, it was their
sitting
own
behind the
stone,
house, taking away a little bit more of the clutter, even though there was almost no
Right,
clutter.
exactly. Nice clean sheet, which is exactly what they want here.
So for the third shot in a row, North Dakota is going for the freeze.
I'm gonna try. Trying to get it just right here on the corner, ideally.
Yeah.
They're really gonna have to work to get that one on, though. Ooh, leave that one short.
Comes up light.
Christensen's still gonna take out.
Yep.
Again, anything less than 3 is.
If you leave this guard, it gives them a chance.
Exactly.
A chance for 2. So Christensen doesn't need to. There's no reason for Christensen to try to steal here. Just keep it open.
Agreed.
A little tight.
We got it.
Nope, she's got it.
Roll out.
Nice shot by Corey.
Yes, indeed.
And Emily.
Nope. Brekke's gonna throw that freeze again.
I'm on the tail end of it. Trying to fill up the bar.
Over on sheet 4, Dunham is sitting 2, I believe, and throwing. So they have a draw here to sit 3 behind a whole bunch of guards. Definitely will not be a blank on sheet 4.
No.
Brekke's stone looks light again, unfortunately.
3 would put Dunham in a real good position. Oh, they're not gonna get it though. Okay. Yeah, another light stone.
Brekke comes up
Brekke.
just short. Christensen will probably draw around, and that will put Brekke in a little bit of trouble here.
It's a tough spot.
Over on sheet 4, as Ben mentioned, Dunham had the draw but ended up crashing.
Came a little tight and crashed.
So now
Stubby's gonna see if they can get counter here.
Yep.
And they are gonna. Looks like they are gonna get it.
So Stubby now sitting 1 on sheet 4. And here Christensen is throwing her final shot, aiming for about top 8 to try to cut off the draw but not leave a stone, not leave it for a hit.
They are gonna leave it open, but
Goes a little deep, and now Brekke has the hit for 1 or a little tap back for 1. But good end from Christensen.
yeah. Oh,
They-
very well played.
They are forcing Emily Brekke to throw this for just 1, and will at worst be up 2 with hammer going into the last end,
Yeah, I feel like
which
it's
is
really
definitely
well
a controlled position.
really well played end all the way through by Christensen. They kept it wide open, kept exactly what they wanted here.
They're on it right away.
They gotta hold that.
Whoa.
Yeah. Oh, they have it.
Good shot by Emily Brekke here. And it sticks.
I think they still got the one.
Yep. Yep, still 1 yellow. So North Dakota takes 1, going into the final end, the 10th end.
Well, going 4 looks like
Down
Dunham's
by
sitting
2.
1 again, but Stubby is coming right in. Looks like they're probably going to count.
Get it. Oh, great.
And
Could you? Yeah, perfect.
so as you can see, Stubby just put that stone in the back 4, and this is
Skip's first draw.
Scott Dunham's first stone.
With
He
the
will
hammer.
probably look to freeze right there into the button. May be a tough situation for him to get 2 now.
Yeah,
And
I
a
think
1.
they're hoping for 1 here, and just have to play that last end of steel.
Yeah. If he makes a good freeze, he's got the 1 for sure. And then we'll see what happens on Stevie's shot.
Yeah, a good freeze here could be. But I don't think there's 2 here for Dunham.
So we're gonna stay with this sheet for the end of this end, and we will keep you updated on sheet 2, the feature sheet, while we watch this. Dunham's stone needs to curl.
That's hanging quite a bit. Might still have a counter. Awful close though.
Yeah, tough to tell who's shot there. But
And either way, Stubby's coming in.
yeah, Stevie will just try to draw right into the pot. If he makes this, could put Dunham in a tough spot.
Definitely.
Especially if yellow is shot right now.
On the featured sheet, Brekke has put up a center guard. Christensen getting ready to shoot. Looks like they may be looking to tick here. Oh no, they're going to draw to the outside right. But here comes Stubby's shot on 4. Trying to tuck that right into right onto the button.
Looks pretty close.
Yeah, it's coming pretty hard right there.
That seemed to dig in a bit.
Getting it around, just
He is light and will just be a close guard. Leaving
Gives-
Dunham a shot for 1, maybe 2.
maybe 2. I can't quite tell, but unfortunately we don't have a great camera angle on.
Looks like, from this angle, it looks like yellow is shot. And I believe it's possible for Dunham to tap it, maybe an inch to get 2, but yeah, so we think yellow is 1. And Dunham is throwing for the shot stone to take 1. Just as a reminder, the score here is 5-4 Stubby. And Dunham is throwing the red stones.
Just an update on the featured sheet. Christensen did put a stone on the side 12 foot, and now Brekke is coming behind their center guard.
I think just trying to throw another guard here.
It's going to be close. I think that's on the rings.
Yep. And it's open, so it looks like Christensen can hit that.
But here comes a big shot from Dunham.
They're
pounding.
it.
They're really
looks
holding
light.
this. They're on the guard.
It crashes.
So they may be 1 there.
So we think
they better
that's-
hope they're 1, because otherwise they're in deep trouble in this.
I believe that was 1 yellow. Yep.
Yellow.
Stubby's vice goes to hang the score, and so the score going in the 10th end will be Stubby 6, Dunham 4. Dunham has hammer.
He needs 2 for an extra.
Definitely possible.
Oh, it's
But
very
especially
possible
the way,
with the hammer, but
Yep. And that game has been complicated.
yeah, it's been interesting all the way through.
So now we're back on our
As is,
feature
yes.
sheet, and Christensen went for the tick shot and ended up tapping the guard back to their stone in the side of the house. So probably a worst case scenario there.
Yeah. Unfortunately.
Unfortunately.
Exactly. They didn't even clear the guard up front, so.
But But now Brekke has a chance to draw to probably throw another guard.
Yeah, I think that's what they indicated.
I believe they are sitting 2.
They
so
are.
they're not out of this yet. They do have to steal 2, so it's a tough position, but
they can't ask for much more than they've gotten so far. They're gonna. Putting up another guard, just about even with that redstone.
Good guard. Christensen.
And Christensen's gonna start peeling rocks.
Yep.
Wow. That's gonna roll right onto the 4-foot.
They got the double peel, but as Ben just mentioned, the stone rolled into the 4-foot. So this is not the start that Christensen was looking for this end.
Ricky's gonna keep trying to block it up.
Over on sheet 4, Stubby just took a timeout. Going into the last end. Little surprising.
Just how they're gonna keep this one open, I imagine.
Usually save some of those for shots, but talking about the strategy.
In a close game like this,
but
that's a big end.
We'll see. Dunham over there needs to take 2 to force the extra end.
Right.
Back on
with the hammer, so it's definitely doable.
Yep. Brekke puts up another nice guard, and
Christensen looks to clear it.
Yep. And it gets rid of the guard, but jams on the stone in the top 12. So Bowman gets rid of 1, but not 2. That.
And Brekke's going to put that guard back up.
Yep. So we've been told that it is Ryan Karnowski's birthday. So happy birthday. He is the 3rd on Team Wisconsin. So Becca Funk is going for a double. They really have to go hard on this. Or let it roll over. And they get the 1, but they roll to still be a guard.
Expect them to tuck another one behind that.
Yeah, if Brekke
top 8.
Yeah, I agree. If Brekke can put a stone top 8, top 4,
block the run back and get another counter.
They're in good shape. Looks like she's calling the guard, which there's still plenty of stones left, so that's an okay call. Still time.
Safer.
They do need to get a steal of 2 here, so at some point they will probably need another stone in the 4-foot.
Is that outside? Okay. So they put that in front.
Puts the guard up.
Christensen looking at the run straight back. It's not an easy. It's
At some point, Christensen probably might have to come into the forefoot here, but she still has.
again they have hammer, so
Yeah.
if they can keep the forefoot open, they could save that for their hammer. But they need the forefoot.
Yeah, she's tight on this.
She's gonna get the other guard, I think. Which
Clears-
at least opens up the forefoot a little.
Clears one of the guards, but not the guard that
Not
they
what
were
they were
going
looking for. No.
It looks
Put-
like Brecky's
guard
just going
right
to put
back
up
up.
another guard. Another spot where you could consider coming in, but a guard
Right,
is not a bad call.
This one I'm a little more. I'd be a little more worried about putting one in because you could definitely set up a double. Just a little deep, and there's a double. Over on sheet 4, Subi just made a very nice shot, running a guard back a long way.
I don't know if that was the call shot, but it
But
worked out.
He
Still-
successfully peeled Dunham's only stone in the house. So.
Still leaves the corner, so it's not.
Uh,
Dunham still has a shot for the 2. Brecky's guard.
Brecky's throwing a guard. She's pretty tight on those other guards. She's gonna cover it, but only just.
Yeah, I think now
And Christensen's gonna come right in.
you can't get rid of all those guards, so
No,
you
and-
sort of have to go in now.
And I think this is your best opportunity because, yeah, especially if what they're indicating right now is that freeze right on top. And if they can do that, it's going to be real hard for Brekke to find a way to 2, which
Yeah, agreed.
they're going to call a timeout.
Yep, timeout, Christensen.
Taking a glance over at the other sheet.
Double peel for Team Wisconsin. Ryan Kronowski.
Dunham has 4 stones left. Needs 2 of them to be counters.
Just while during the timeout.
I played one match.
So it looks like they've decided after the timeout to draw to the top 8, top 4, coming around the left side here. If they can get it top 4, they really don't leave much for Brekke. I think they're trying to leave it at least partially open so that they can use it for a run back if they need to.
This is yeah, if they can get this to finish, they could really make it hard for Brekke.
Going hard. It looks
Really
a little
working.
tight.
It's a little tight, but it's also it's pretty firm. It looks like.
It's by.
Oh, and then they're gonna
crashes.
And I
I
don't know if it's counting.
I believe that is now second shot. So Brekke will.
Brecky's going to throw it in either way.
Yeah,
I feel
think
like.
A shot for
Oh,
There's a jam there.
the shot for Brekke, I think should just be freeze one right on top of the 4-foot.
or even just 8 foot there. 8 foot on the sweep line. Well, if you can tuck it in a little bit, but
If you draw to the 4-foot, it leaves Corey Christensen with the run back on the stone she just threw. But if she misses, then that stone is no longer out counting the stone on the side of the 12-foot.
that's true.
So even if she just picks off one and rolls out, it could still leave 2. The problem I have with the hit here is that then all Corey Christensen needs to do is draw to a piece of the 8-foot to cut them down to 1. I think you need 2 in the 4-foot here. Corey's had good draw weight today, and I don't think you can count on. Yeah, red's. So we believe red is second shot here. No, not yet. This is
When you're probably
here's Brecke's shot. Little heavy as it curls over.
Giving it a little rub and leave it open.
So that was a little too heavy. Still got the second shot, but it will leave Corey with a open hit to force the 1 and for the win.
I mean, they need. So we think red is third shot
From the
now?
overhead, it looks that way.
Yeah, probably. In which case, yeah, you definitely hit here.
The stick is not necessary. Just got to remove this stone.
I still.
Very close for Brekke, just a little deep. That stops about a foot higher. It doesn't bounce off and leaves Corey Christensen with a very tough shot. As is, she's still got a pretty tough shot to win.
Plenty of weight. So she should get around without a problem.
It's by the guard.
She's got it. Just gonna roll
She's
out,
got it.
and that's a nice shot.
Good shot by Corey Christensen to win the game.
Yep, that looks like 1 for yellow, and Christensen wins 6-5. We're gonna jump over to
So
4.
now we're gonna jump over to watch the final few shots on sheet 4.
Dunham has 2 shots left. And they both need to count.
Yep.
not
Looks like
looking great
Stubby's
for 'em.
been keeping this end pretty clean.
Yeah, as I said, they made some pretty nice long run backs, etc. to.
Looks like he's playing the freeze here. Although now that if it's by, they should go by. And that will leave Stubby with an open hit for the win.
Yeah.
There is a little bit of a jam, but he pretty much
But, yeah.
anywhere around nose will get rid of it, and I'm sure he'll throw.
He'll throw all kinds of weight.
No reason to play around with this. Throw peel and blast it out. Peel weight from Jeremy Stubby. And he's got it.
It's a nice shot, and that's
Makes the shot, and
game.
that should be game.
Congratulations, Team Stubby.
Yep, Wisconsin wins, and they will. Both teams on this sheet will now be 1-1 for the week. On sheet 2, Christensen moves to 2-0, and Brekke falls to 0-2. Well, thank you for joining us for this game. Oh yeah. So the final scores for this draw were Solem, the high performance team, won 11-3 over Team Washington. Minnesota Christensen on our feature sheet won 6-5 over North Dakota 2. On sheet 3, Hodek won over Tony Wright. And on sheet 4, we just saw the finish of Wisconsin over Pennsylvania. Stubbe won 7-4. And so a final thanks to our sponsors, Dunkin' Donuts of Lexington, who has been providing food, beverage, and great coffee to Broomstones and many national events for many years. Whole Foods of Wayland on Route 20 in Wayland, that has provided free lunch for the participants. And Brooms Up Curling Supplies, which is a major sponsor of USA Curling and a big sponsor of this event. So thanks to our great sponsors, and thanks to all of you for watching. We had a great time broadcasting. We'll be back for the 4 p.m. game. So for Randy, Larry, and Amy, our broadcast team, and then Ben and myself, thanks a lot. This has been a lot of fun broadcasting for you.